So I welcome everyone to the conference organized by Conferencefora in association with Institute of Research and Forum, Institute of Research and Journal Forum, and also IEEE Fora and ACN and Academics World. Talking about the organizations, talking about the conference and about the organization and statistics. The organization Institute of Research and Journal Forum and Conferencefora, the subsidiary of Institute of Research and Journal Forum. IRAJ, which is basically based out of Dubai, and organization is a decade-old organization and conducting conferences across the globe with respect to in the field of science, technology, management, humanities, and all. So this is till now more than a lakh of paper have been published in these journals as a 12 volumes or 12 volumes each year. In each journal, each chapter, this one each year. So more than a lakh of paper have been published till now, and more than 3 to 4 lakh people have been associated, and more than 300 to 400 conferences have been conducted. So the organizations till now virtually as well as physically. So without wasting much time, I know it's been a little late. We should have started by 2, but unfortunately, I requested them that we can start by 3, and then we postpone it by an hour due to some technical issues. Yeah. So we will go ahead now and quickly start with the session for the day. Before, so let me just call upon for the first presenter for the day. We'll have around today around 15 participants were there, right? 15 presentations are there, right? I hope they joined by right? So each participant we can have around 8 minutes, and then later followed by we can have a technical discussion virtually. We can take up the technical discussions in the chat box if participants have any, or if they want to ask, they can use the chat box and have interaction with the participants, right? So with this, I would now go ahead and start up. We can start with the today's session without wasting much time, right? And I'll call upon the first participant for the day. Let me give the access for sharing. Participants can share the presentation, and we can go ahead and start with the session. Right. Post that, we can have a quick group photo, or else we'll take a quick group photo now itself. If participants can turn on the video, we can take a group photo now, and then the one more in the validatory. Once everyone joins, we can take one more group photo. Once all the 15 participants join, right? Yeah. Better if we can turn on all the photo or video for. Thank you. Please turn on your videos.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, my esteemed colleagues. I will just share my screen.
Yes, please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, is the presentation visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. My topic is the effect of lifestyle modification on the health-related quality of life in patients with autoimmune diseases. Introduction. The term autoimmune diseases describes a wide range of illnesses where the tissues inside the body are mistakenly attacked by the body's own immune response. This abnormal reaction may result in inflammation, tissue damage, and impact several organs. Common diseases that we see are ankylosing spondylitis, autoimmune lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. Although the exact cause of autoimmune ailments is yet unknown, surroundings and family history play an important role. For many autoimmune diseases like vitiligo, psoriasis, hemolytic anemia, celiac disease, Graves, thyroids, rheumatoid arthritis, and several others, there have been a lot of studies to support that lifestyle modification has been associated with positive improvement in the patient's symptoms. Adequate lifestyle modification techniques have been shown to improve, are used like deep breathing, exercise, sleep, and stress relief management. The health-related quality of life examines a patient's general and overall health activity limitation, physical and emotional problems, and social activities. Patients with autoimmune diseases will have a low score on the health-related quality of life due to their physical inability to perform certain movements. However, the effect of lifestyle modification on the health-related quality of life in patients with autoimmune diseases is yet not studied. So my research aims to bridge this gap in literature. The aims and objectives of my paper: to study the effect of lifestyle modification on the health-related quality of life in patients with autoimmune diseases. The objective is to determine if the lifestyle modification intervention used will affect the health-related quality of life in the patients with autoimmune conditions. Literature review. I have just summarized briefly a few of the main papers which have been reviewed. In 2020, Springer et al. Evaluated the health-related quality of life in patients with connective tissue disorders, and they discovered that there were severe limitations. In 2021, other researchers investigated the relationship between organs, chronic illnesses, and the health-related quality of life in patients with systemic lupus erythematosus. And they found out that there was a lot of psychological, physical damage to the patients. Other researchers also found that there was depression and issues in quality of sleep in certain patients. And this further warranted for studies emphasizing the importance of focusing on general health and well-being. Low et al. Published a study in 2021 that examined the impact of comorbidities on the health-related quality of life in musculosclerosis patients. And according to their research, mental physical health conditions had the biggest impact on the complications. It reduced health-related quality of life that was linked to problems. The results suggested that concentrating on lifestyle changes would help improve symptoms. Methodology. The research design was a one-group pre-test and post-test design. Data collection. The study was carried out over a one-year period at a physiotherapy and rehabilitation center in Bandra, Mumbai. Duration of the treatment: 8-week intervention of lifestyle modification in conjunction with the pre-existing allopathic medication and other medical prescriptions of the patient. Sample size: 100 adult patients were taken. The inclusion criteria included patients with autoimmune conditions such as vitiligo, psoriasis, hemolytic anemia, gluten allergies, grave diseases, muscular sclerosis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis, and ankylosing spondylitis. The exclusion criteria was several individuals with cancer, stroke, spinal cord injuries, cognitive impairments. The patients were first assessed, the history was noted, and all vitals like blood pressure, random blood sugar levels, body weight, BMI, fat percentage, and pain were noted and evaluated. The outcome measure scale of the health-related quality of life was used. Patients were then educated and trained in physical exercises as applicable. Breathing exercises where the 4-7-8 method was used and deep breathing encouraged. Dietary modifications focusing on intermittent fasting, plant-based diets, and cutting out sugars and preservatives from their diet. Stress management involved mindfulness meditation. And sleep patterns where they were encouraged to have a deep sleep of minimum 8 hours. Post 8 weeks, all the vitals were reevaluated and the health-related quality of life was reassessed. The results: there was a significant change in almost all factors of the health-related quality of life. Physical functioning, there was an improvement from 64.3 to 70.2 with a p-value of 0.023 that showed that the patient's physical functions improved. In general health as well, there was an improvement from 43.6 to 82.0. Emotional health problems also showed an improvement from 43.6 to 82.0. Social activities increased from 63.5 to 75.2. The pain scores decreased significantly from 62.9 to 77.2. The statistical significance of my research observed gains in every category highlights how effectively the participants' overall well-being was improved by adopting lifestyle modification techniques. So these results provide important evidence in favor of the use of lifestyle modification as an addition to the traditional medical therapies for people with autoimmune diseases, providing comprehensive strategy to enhance health-related quality of life. Conclusion. In conclusion, the hypothesis that lifestyle modification has a positive effect on the health-related quality of life in patients with autoimmune diseases holds considerable merit. This discussion highlights the potential of lifestyle modification interventions where tailor-made adjustments in the physical health, diet, stress management, and breathing techniques and sleeping habits were used to improve the overall health-related quality of life in patients with autoimmune diseases. Scope for future research. We can explore how lifestyle modification interventions can be incorporated into routine medical care, and it would be crucial in the long-term management and rehabilitations of autoimmune cases. These were the references used in my study. Appendix 1 was the consent form each patient had to sign, and Appendix 2 is the health-related quality of life outcome measure. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful presentation. What was the sample size and how many?
100 patients, sir, with
100.
autoimmune conditions.
Okay, on what basis you selected 100? You calculated the population?
Sir, it was just a random selection of 100 patients because I'm doing another research on lifestyle modification. So for that, the sample size was 200 patients. So in that, we found 100 had autoimmune conditions. So we just rounded them off to that number.
So basically, it would be much more better if you can identify the population and then later go ahead with, from the population, take the sample so much percent and with the margin of error. Those things would be more appreciable. It gives, rather than taking randomly 100 sample or some number, there is you need to identify your population. What is your population target actually?
So I needed just about 50 patients, and they had to have autoimmune conditions. That was my main inclusion criteria, to study the effect of lifestyle techniques. So
I understand that when you talk about survey or anything with respect to data analytics or this one, initially first you need to understand you need to constrain things, saying that the locality where you are, this one, or you tell only so much is the sample population of this particular hospital in this particular area. Like that, you need to come with the terms and conditions and then tell that this is what the 100. So then that gives a justification of your selection of population and this one, because as the geography changes and other things changes, the queries and the answers automatically changes and your results also changes. That's right. Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful presentation and very nice. I would like to go ahead and call upon the second participant for the day, that is Padji Pao. I'm sorry for the... Yeah, okay. Yes, sir. Please share your presentation.
Okay. Now, may I share my screen?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Next is my research presentation in topic of real-time electricity cost calculation and monitoring. Okay, for introduction, electricity is a fundamental resource for home industry and modern infrastructure, with rising energy costs and increasing demand for energy efficiency. By enabling real-time monitoring, this device empowers users to make informed decisions to reduce energy consumption and optimize resource. For objective, our objectives are threefold. to measure electricity consumption in residential home based on the Provincial Electricity Authority or PEA billing method, and to provide insight for selecting energy efficiency appliance, and 3, to allow users to monitor electricity costs in real time through devices such as phone and tablet. And this is our scope of study. For design process, we design the structure of device, selected appropriate material and equipment, and integral sensor for data collection. The PZEM-004T module measures key parameters like current, voltage, and energy. The data is displayed on an LCD screen and the Blink application for real-time monitoring. The device also features a backup battery to ensure continuous operation during power outage. And for device assembly, here is an overview of the device assembly. The main component include PZEM-004T module, ESP, 32 microcontroller board, breaker, and buck converter to sterilize voltage. A power bank provides backup power with a protective circuit to prevent overcharging of the lithium-ion battery. The assembled device enables users to monitor electricity usage on LCD screen or through the Blink application in real time. For results and analysis, we conduct our hourly, weekly, and monthly tests to evaluate the device performance. The data show consistent reading with an error margin of less than 4% is accuracy aligned with international standard, ensuring reliable monitoring. For example, during our test, electricity consumption and cost data were recorded and analyzed, helping users understand usage pattern. Similar tests on a weekly and monthly basis confirm the device reliability and practicality. For summarization, our device effectively monitor electricity consumption and provide accurate cost calculation. I help users manage their energy usage efficiently, support budget planning, and alert them to issues like power outage. Month-long testing demonstrates an error rate of just 0.117%, confirm the device accuracy and reliability. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, please go ahead with your next presentation. We can have questions.
Okay. Okay, next is the presentation in topic of industrial robotic arm training kit. Okay, this is the introduction. We explore the increasing role of AI system and robotic in industrial setting, their objective, and how this training kit contribute to the future of automated industry. Objective of the project. The main objectives are to design and create robotic arm for training purpose, especially in Python programming for robotic control, and to develop robotic arm capable of moving objective weight up to 0.3 kg efficiently, and to enhance student skill to design control system and writing command code for industrial application. And this is a scope of our work. And for the design and construction, the robotic arm is conducted with 5 mm thick acrylic for durability, though care is needed to avoid excessive bending. Its key design feature includes a 4-axis rotational system and a gripper designed to handle various small objects. This design allows the arm of grab, lift, and move objects with a defined radius. For the control cabinet, the control cabinet is an integral part of the system. First is the power supply, the signal conversion equipment, and tool for controlling the robotic arm movement. This ensures seamless operation of the robotic arm during training and testing. For the robotic arm is operated via GUI. The control panel is divided into a display screen showing record position and the gripper status, and control button to operate each axis, and perform function to make it upper friendly for trainees to learn about robotic control. For testing and result, during testing, the robotic arm successfully complete 10 cycles of gripping and placing of specified position. Although slight deviation occur due to object weight or initial placement, they did not significantly impact overall accuracy. This confirms the arm efficiency and alignment with the thesis objective. For summary of the result, the robotic arm demonstrates excellent accuracy for industrial application. Minor design limitations such as susceptibility to cracking and non-parallel gripper placement were identified but can be improved in future iteration. And overall of the project met its object and provide a solid foundation for training in robotics. To conclude, this training kit serves a practical tool for learning and innovation in industrial robotics by combining hardware and software components to prepare users for real-world application in automated industry. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Today I will presenting our study on optimizing inventory management in the Dean Office, Institute of Engineering at Sulanari University of Technology. The Dean Office plays a core role in supporting teaching, research, and various administrative tasks. Effective inventory management is a key of ensuring smooth operation, reducing unnecessary costs, and improving responsiveness to demand. The currently inventory management in the office faces several challenges, including delay in procurement and frequent shortage of critical items, such as A4 paper. Although the university online procurement system provide basic support, the lack of proper inventory management strategy led to inefficiency. To address this issue, we apply ABC analysis technique, which has been proven effective in various industries such as pharmacies, retail, and agriculture. The ABC analysis is a method that classifies inventory into 3 categories, A, B, and C. Based on the value and importance of the item, the principle behind the ABC analysis is the Pareto rule of the 20 rule, which state that small percentage of item of 10 account for the majority of the total value. The category A include high value item that require strict control. Category B represent medium value item that need moderate control, and category C consists of low value item that minimal control requirement. This classification helps organization focus their effort and resource where they matter most important, both time and cost efficiency. Okay, from the inventory data collect in 2023 of total 109 inventory items were recorded. Show as table 1. We collect usage, unit cost, and value. Sort by high value to low value. And this is the result after use ABC analysis. In our study, we classify the inventory item of the Dean office using ABC analysis. This is what we found. Group A had only 2 items, which account for 1.8% of the total inventory, but 70% of the total value amount to 100,000 to 190 baht. The group B consists of 17 items representing 15.6% of the total inventory, and 20 of the total value was 20,000 800 4,000 baht, and group C had the largest number of the item, or 82.6% of the inventory. This result clearly indicates the need of the different management strategy for each group of improved efficiency. The conclusion. Based on the classification, we propose differential management strategy of each category. The category A, high value low item. Since these items are high in value but few in number, they require to stick control. We recommend reorder point, economic order quantity, and construction weekly inventory verification to ensure available. Category B is medium value, moderate volume. These items have moderate value and volume, so they require periodic monitoring. Our suggestion include monthly inventory check. Category C, low value, high volume. Since these items have low value but the largest number, they require minimal control. Okay, thank you. Any question?
Thank you for your presentation, ma'am. It was a good presentation and very nice topic. We can take up queries offline. Thank you. Good work.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm James Murray, or Maroy. I'm an English language teacher, and I'm representing Surat Vivat School, Surat Nari University of Technology, Thailand. It's an absolute honor to be here today. My field is on arts, education, and social science. Today, I will discuss 3 factors affecting the reading performance of science focus for secondary students in Thailand, an issue that is critical to their academic and professional success So first of all, let me talk about the table of contents. There are approximately 9 tables of contents. So next up will be the introduction. Reading comprehension is a crucial skill for secondary students, particularly within science-focused curricula. In today's globalized world, the ability to understand the complex of science text in English is essential for students aspiring to careers in science and technology. At Turawiwa School, known for its strong emphasis on science and technology education, students face significant challenges, particularly those in Module 6/4 and Module 6/5, or in English, would be grade 12, as they prepare for their higher education and standardized tests. Next will be about the research objectives. The research objectives, our study aims to achieve 3 main objectives: to identify the cognitive skills that significantly influence reading comprehension among Surawiwa students in Thailand. Next, to examine how motivation impacts reading performance. And last one, to evaluate the effectiveness of various instructional strategies in enhancing reading comprehension. Moving on to slide number 3, research questions. First one, focus on 3 key research questions. What are the primary cognitive skills influencing reading comprehension for Surawiwa students or the students in Thailand? Number 2, how does motivation impact their reading performance? And last one, number 3, what instructional strategies are most effective in enhancing reading comprehension? Moving on to slide number 4, methodology. Our methodology involves surveying students from Module 6/4 and Module 6/5 or grade 12 school classes using a 5-point Likert scale questionnaire adopted from FORA 2022. This questionnaire assesses perceptions regarding of cognitive skills, motivation, instructional strategies, and language proficiency. Data collection occurred over 2 weeks in September 2023 using Google Forms to ensure ease of access and anonymity. Next one, slide number 5, literature review. To provide context, we review existing literature on extensive reading, or in language term, ER, and its benefits. ER encourages learners to read large amounts of material for enjoyment rather than specific learning objectives. Research shows that ER significantly improves reading skills by exposing students to diverse texts, which is particularly beneficial for those in science-focused programs. Moving on to key findings. Our analysis revealed several significant findings. The first one, we have cognitive skills. There are 78% of participants believe their cognitive abilities positively impact their comprehension. Following by motivation, approximately 70% express strong interest in reading science texts, correlating higher performance. Next, we have instructional strategies. Impressive 85% agree that interactive teaching methods enhance their understanding. And last one, number 4, language proficiency. There are 65% report that vocabulary knowledge directly affects their comprehension of scientific texts. Number 7, let's talk about discussion. In analyzing the results of our study, we found that several interconnected factors significantly influence reading performance among secondary students in science-focused curricula. Cognitive skills, a notable 78% of participants indicate that they believe their cognitive abilities positively impact their reading comprehension. This finding underscores the importance of developing cognitive skills such as critical thinking, inference making, and analytical reasoning. These skills are essential of navigating complex scientific texts, which often require students to synthesize information and draw conclusions based on their understanding. Educators should consider about the implementing targeted cognitive skill developing programs that focus on these areas, enabling students to enhance their reading performance effectively. Moving on to next one, we have motivation and attitude. Approximately 70% of students express a strong interest in reading text, which correlates with higher performance level. This highlights the critical role that motivation plays in fostering a positive attitude toward reading. When students are motivated and find relevance in the material, they are more likely to engage deeply with the text. This suggests that educators should strive to create an engaging learning environment that connects scientific concepts to real-world applications, thereby increasing student interest and motivation. Now last, and next one would be instructional strategies. An impressive 85% of students agree that interactive teaching methods enhance their understanding of reading materials. This finding supports the notion that engage instructional strategies such as collaborating learning, discussions, and hands-on activities can lead to better comprehension outcomes. Educators should prioritize these methods in their teaching practices to facilitate active learning and help students develop a more profound understanding of scientific texts. Last one, language proficiency. A significant number of students, 65%, reported that vocabulary knowledge directly affects their reading comprehension in science. This finding emphasizes that the need for language support tailored to help students tackle complex scientific vocabulary and concepts effectively. Incorporating vocabulary building exercises and contextual learning strategies can help bridge gaps in language proficiency, enabling students to engage with scientific literature more confidently. And next one, the conclusion. In overall, our findings align with existing literature, which emphasizes that interconnectedness of active skills, motivation, instructional strategies, and language proficiency in fostering effective reading skills. By addressing these factors holistically, educators can create a more supportive learning environment that enhances reading performance among secondary students. And in summary, improving reading performance is not solely about enhancing skills, but also about fostering a love of reading through engaging content and effective teaching methods. These insights gained from this study can guide educators all over the world in refining their approaches to teaching reading in science education, ultimately supporting students' academic success and readiness for future challenges. And last one, we have recommendations. Integrating extensive reading programs. Schools should implement programs allowing students to explore diverse texts at their own pace, fostering on cognitive skill develop and implement targeted strategies, improve cognitive abilities related to reading, adopting interactive teaching. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention and feel free to ask for the questions. If you have any questions, please, I would be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you, Kapilka Morai, for your wonderful presentation. It was really great to listen your work and understand it also. Yeah, what is the implementation? Have you worked on the implementation of the results?
Right.
Suggestions like the future work of your work. Future work.
The future work I would further about not just only one skill, because I have done about the reading already. Next will be speaking, because my school is about science school and I am the English language teacher. And the students, many Thai students, I would say that they are struggling about reading in science text and also about using English for the international science presentations like this. So I think I would further about not just only reading, that I would combine about these methods of the programs to speaking and maybe writing and listening as well, right? If I could do more about my study.
Great to listen that. Really nice work, sir. Good to get in touch with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
May Allah God as peace and mercy be upon you. Now presentation title of the research paper, entrepreneurship and its connections to sustainable development, prepared by researchers رحل علي دكتورة فضيلة إدريس يحيى اسماعيلي نوفل. The presentation outline, introduction, research objectives, entrepreneurship, sustainable development, the future of sustainable entrepreneurship. The future of sustainable entrepreneurship, creation and innovation, control and deployment of research, risk and uncertainty, challenge and opportunities. Introduction. Entrepreneurship is the process of creating and managing a new business venture that generate profit, serving as a key driver of economic growth and development across nations. It fosters job creation, innovation, and competition, benefiting consumers and addressing societal challenges such as poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Entrepreneurs play a pivotal role in fitting innovative solutions to pressing global issues, including environmental degradation and resource security. In the wake of global financial recovery, governments are now focusing on sustainable growth amidst transformative challenges like climate change and demographic shifts. Despite its potential, entrepreneurship offers significant risk, particularly financial, as ventures often struggle to secure the resources needed to pursue operations and sustain operation over time. Research objectives. To explore how entrepreneurship contributes to sustainable economic, social, and environmental development. Definitely the relationship between entrepreneurship and innovation in promoting sustainability. To examine the challenge and opportunities entrepreneurs face are arranging business ventures with sustainable goals. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the process of creating, developing, and managing a new business venture to generate profit. It involves innovation, risk-taking, and the ability to identify and seize opportunities. Entrepreneurship can take my form starting a small business or launching a high-growth tech startup. It can also involve social entrepreneurship, which focus on addressing social and environmental problems. How are entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are individuals who have the drive and skills to start and run their own business. They often bring new ideas and products to the market, creating jobs and stimulating economic growth. What is sustainable development? Sustainable development is a development approach that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Key dimensions of sustainable development. Economic dimension. This focus on enhancing economic growth and development, including job creation, poverty reduction, and improved standard of living. Environmental dimension. This emphasizes protecting the environmental and natural resources such as air, water, and biodiversity. It involves sustainable resource is pollution reduction and climate change mitigation. Social dimension. This focus on social equity, justice, and well-being. It includes ensuring access to education, healthcare, and other essential services for all, as well as promoting social inclusion and reducing inequality. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal provide a framework for achieving sustainable development. Thus, the 17 goals address a wide range of global challenges, including poverty, hunger, inequality, climate change, and environmental degradation. The future of sustainable entrepreneurship. The future of sustainable entrepreneurship is driven by several key trends. The rise of impact investing, increased investment in business with a positive social and environmental impact. The technological innovation leveraged as blockchain and the technology to drive sustainability. Collaborative partnership fostering partnership between business, government, a new generation of consumers demanding sustainable product and service. Creation and innovation. Creation and innovation. Entrepreneurship and innovation are closely intertwined. While entrepreneurship involves the process of starting and running a business, innovation in the introduction of new idea, products, of service. The perception of entrepreneurship as a risk endeavor is often exaggerated. While it's true that many startups fail, successful entrepreneur can reap significant reward by significant research from low productivity areas to high potential opportunities. Entrepreneur can generate sustainable returns. Key factors that contribute to innovative nature of entrepreneurship. Risk-taking. Entrepreneurs are willing to take calculated risk to pursue problem solving. Entrepreneurs identify problems and develop innovative solutions. Adaptability. Entrepreneurs are able to adapt to changing market conditions and consumer preference. Experimentation. Entrepreneurs are willing to experiment with new idea and learn from failures. Control and deployment of resource. Entrepreneurship is not just about having a great idea, it's about effectively controlling and deploying resource to bring that idea to life. This involves resource acquisition, editing and securing the necessary resources such as capital, labor, and technology. Resource allocation, distributing resources efficiently to maximize the impact of the business. Resource management, effectively managing resources to ensure optimal performance and minimize waste. Risk and uncertainty. risk involve making the season where the reward is now, but the outcome is uncertain. Entrepreneur take on responsibility for the results, but this responsibility cannot be answered against fire. Uncertainty refers to entrepreneurial confidence in their understanding of how the world works, how cause and effect play out in the environment. Without uncertainty, the future will be perfectly predictable, and such knowledge would eliminate lasting profit. Challenge and opportunities. Challenge entrepreneur face numerous challenges, especially when navigating in a family market for innovating in the high risk areas. Some key challenge include financial constraint. Limited resource can restrict growth, innovation, and operational capacity. Market uncertainty. Unpredictable market conditions or consumer behavior make it difficult to forecast trend and demand. Competition, intense competition from existing players or new trends can put pressure on new venture. Technological barriers, rapid advancement in technology require constant adaptation and investment in innovation. Regulatory hurdles, legal and regulatory frameworks can create obstacles for startup, especially in highly regulated industries. Opportunities. Despite this challenge, entrepreneurship offers numerous opportunities. Innovation by identifying a gap in the market or improving existing product service, entrepreneur can create new profitable venture. Global reach with the digital tools and platforms, even small startup can reach global market and tap into new customer base. Market nickel. Targeting and reversed or emerging market in niche can offer high rewards with lower competition. Technological advancement. Embracing new technology provides opportunities for efficiency, scalability, and competitive advantage. Social impact. Entrepreneurs have the chance to drive positive social change by developing solutions to social problems. Conclusion. Entrepreneurship demand action. It's not just about idea, but about bringing opportunities into profitable venture. This involves inventing opportunities, leveraging personal skills like creativity and alternatives, and adapting to environmental change. Sustainable entrepreneurship adds a layer of environmental and social responsibility, aiming for long-term impact. Perspective from an entrepreneurial perspective, sex and action is not merely about ideation, but about executing on promising opportunities. This requires a keen ability to spot the trend, leverage personal strength, and adapt to a dynamic business landscape. Sustainable entrepreneurship elevate this effort by integrating environmental and social consideration and the core of business model, aiming for long-term impact beyond profit. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am myself Pragna, and today we are here to present about the study exploring the latest technologies and trends in sales forecasting. So coming to the introduction, coming to the abstract. sales forecasting and product recommendation systems are crucial tools for decision making. So there are many existing researches and traditional models to perform this task. But whereas when we look into the traditional models, they have their own disadvantages, like they cannot predict the right output or they are not accurate enough. So in this study, we have proposed a methodology which will do this task more efficiently. So coming to the introduction part. So in the introduction, I would like to mention about our methodology we are using here. So in our proposed methodology, we are using the advanced data analytics and the machine learning and deep learning techniques. So we are also trying to integrate the historical sales data, the customer behavior, and the sentiment analysis, external market factors, etc., to generate the suitable forecasts and enable business to make decisions based on data-driven insights. And we are also aiming to create a user-friendly front-end application to streamline the forecasting process, which will allow the businesses and many other markets to put their data into the front-end application, and thereby they can observe all the profits or the forecasts and the product recommendations they require. And coming to the literature survey, we have referred to over 40 papers related to this topic, and we have segregated them into different techniques. So the most of the papers that we have studied are related to the 4 major techniques, that is the deep learning, machine learning, the artificial intelligence, and the big data. So coming to the first technique, deep learning, the first paper here is a base paper for our project. So the paper is a real-time forecast model based on CNN and attention mechanism. So in this model, they have used a PCFCA model along with the CNN and used the attention mechanism. So attention mechanism will allows the model to focus on a specific input only, which will increases the efficiency and the accuracy. So the drawbacks that we have observed in this paper is the model is very complex, and whenever there is noise or disturbance present in the data, the model performance is low, and it also requires a boost in the transparency. And the second paper here in deep learning uses the CNN and BiLSTM model. And the third paper have used the PNN, FM, and DFMNP. And they have also used matrices such as RMSE and MAE. So the common drawbacks that we have observed in our deep learning paper is that the deep learning models require a large data set and it is very complex. So it lack in interoperability and decision making also. And the second technique that we have gone through is machine learning, and has given there. The first paper uses the light GBM and random forest model. The second paper uses the light GBM along with the linear regression and SVM model. And the third one also uses the light GBM and XGBoost models. So different types of machine learning models are used in many papers, but the common drawback that we have observed in the research is that the machine learning models will fail to capture the nonlinear data, which is a drawback. And at the same time, including the sentiment analysis, etc., is really a huge task in this machine learning models. So this is the drawback of it. And coming to the third, some of the papers have used both the machine learning and deep learning models. So here I have mentioned the 2 papers. In the first paper, they have used the self-attention mechanism and extreme learning machine models. And the second one used a time series analysis along with these techniques. So the other drawbacks that we have observed in this papers is this models increase complexity and computational demand. So this require tuning, and there is a high risk of overfitting due to the complexity. And the fourth technique that we have gone through is the big data. So one of the paper that we have referred in big data has used the big data technique along with the RNN architecture. And in this big data models, this demand a high computational resources and advanced infrastructure. And integrating sentiment analysis also adds the complexity. And my friend Kameshwari will continue from here.
Yes, sir. So our problem statement for the methodology is to design a sales forecasting model that enhances prediction accuracy and optimizes decision-making processes to counter the inefficiency which was caused by all these traditional forecasting models. So whatever my friend has mentioned, those are gaps that can be clearly seen in machine learning, deep learning, both machine learning and deep learning, and big data, and even while using AI technologies as well, we see a lot of gaps. These gaps are addressed through our methodology. So the first gap that we have seen in deep learning was it is resource intensive and it requires a very large data set. So to overcome that, we are incorporating visual and statistical exploratory data analysis, which provides an interpretable insights into sales trends. And the next one would be machine learning, whose feedback is it can't deal with nonlinear data, which can definitely be done by us. And we also introduce a sentiment analysis by using BERT, which is bidirectional encoder representation from transformers, or WADR can be used in order to integrate real-time customer feedbacks into forecasting. And the third one would be both machine learning and deep learning models, which were complex and computationally it is very hard to execute them. So to avoid that, we have chosen to do some rigorous evaluation metrics such as mean absolute error and mean absolute percentage error in order to give a comparison of sentiment versus non-sentiment forecasts to ensure a robust model validation and generalization. And the next one would be big data, and it also demands a very high computational resources, and it also requires advanced infrastructure. So in order to overcome that, we wanted to propose a method such that it structures a pipeline that feeds sentiment scores into feature engineering, which streamlines the integration without overcomplicating the forecasting process. So by combining all these tailored approaches, our methodology not only addresses the stated issues but also ensures scalability, robustness, and stakeholders' trust. So this is the methodology that we have proposed. The first step would be the data layer, wherein data collection will be done, where we extract each item's details. It can be product ID, its corresponding cost, and its units. All of those will be connected, and we identify the relevant time period since it's a time series data set. Next, we perform data pre-processing, where we remove duplicates, handle missing data, convert data columns, and standardize the categorical data. The second step would be sales forecasting. And in this sales forecasting, we perform feature engineering, where we create time-based features and we calculate the discount percentage. And also we calculate the margin, profit margins in order to analyze the trends and assess the promotional impact, and to evaluate the profitability of the sales. The next step would be model selection, where through all these evaluation, uh, we have ensured that the models should be in such a way that it has to handle vast data sets. So we have chosen models like XGBoost, ARIMA, LSTM, CNN kind of models for sales forecasting, and also introducing AI models into it. So the next step would be model training and tuning, wherein we train the selected models using the enriched data set that includes both historical data as well as sentiment analysis. And model evaluation is done by using by calculating the model's accuracy through, as I already mentioned, MAE, RMSE, and MAPE. Then the next step would be model integration and analysis, where we perform the actual sentiment analysis, wherein we gather the feedback from the customers and we perform text pre-processing. Then finally we do the sentiment scoring and we integrate the feature. Here we use models like BERT or WADR to quantify the customer's sentiment, collect and pre-process customer feedback, and generate sentiment scores. It can be positive, neutral, negative, and these can be fed back into the feature engineering step. And then the next step is exploring data analysis. So here we analyze the patterns and insights from the data, and we explore the data visually and statistically to understand the trends. Then there will be product recommendation, wherein we recommend the products to users according to the whatever sales forecasting is done. According to that, we recommend products to the end users. And then integration development, which includes integrating with the backend and visualization with front end. In this, we basically display a website where we can display all the sales forecast, and we can show what are the sentiment driven recommendations to the users, so that they can have a very good insights on what products to be selected. Yeah, sir. So that is the methodology that I have already explained. So these are the references that we have, and to conclude, we have so many technologies in the market, such that we are really confused on choosing what we want. So it is really important that we choose a very good model which is suitable for all the conditions that we need. So that's the reason why we have explored all of these technologies and performed this methodology. Thank you, and we are open for any questions.
Thank you. Good work. Can you show the codes?
Sir?
Working. Can you look? Can you just quickly go through the working of it through your VS Code?
Sir, actually, we are in the semester 141, sir. So we were just asked to propose the methodology. The implementation part and all will be done over the next semester. So we just have the methodology, but we should still work on the implementation.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Arghadev Das, presenting this work with my co-author Debabrata Das. Our study focused on using vision transformer for traffic sign recognition in Bangladesh. Let's begin. Here's what we will cover today: the problems, its applications, our approach, the result, and finally challenges, limitation, and conclusions. For introduction, we can say traffic sign recognition is very essential for autonomous vehicles, intelligent transport system. We designed a system especially for Bangladeshi road sign using vision transformer, and we achieved 99.7% accuracy, better than any traditional CNNs. These are the applications of our work. Applications include autonomous driving, intelligent transport, driver assistance, traffic management, and even augmented reality for safety driving. This is our working methodology. We fine-tuned the vision transformer model with adaptive learning rates. Trained on a hybrid Bangladeshi dataset, we'll talk about this dataset later, and achieved 99.7% validation accuracy. Then results are compared with leading architectures. Let's talk about our dataset. We combined basically two datasets. First one had 13 classes, which has over 9,000 images after augmentation, and the other had 11 classes with over 6,000 images. Together, we created 24 classes dataset with over 15,000 images. We are especially very careful about class imbalance and data redundancy. Let's talk about the network architecture of our model. First, the input image is divided into multiple small patches as shown on the top left. Each patch is indexed from 0 to n, where n is the total number of patches. Next, these patches are passed through linear projection layer, where they are transformed into fixed dimensional feature space. Positional embedding is also there. Positioning embedding also important because it ensures the model is aware of the location of each patch in the original image. Then the indexed patches are fed into the VAT encoder, which is the core component of the model. Sorry. Within the encoder, multi-head attention plays a very crucial role. This mechanism uses self-attention. It means each patch retains information about itself and also learns relationship with other patches. After encoder passes the patches, the output is sent into the MLP, which means multi-layer perception head. This is fully connected layer that performs the final classification. Let's talk about the result and discussion. You can see our results and comparison of it with other popular CNN models like VCG19, inception rested V2, exception DenseNet 1-to-1. We evaluated the performance of the state of these state-of-the-art CNN models with a hybrid dataset, but our vision transform model outperformed all of them, showing better precision, recall, and F1 scores. Here is the training and versus validation accuracy on the left, and training versus validation loss on the right side, which shows the consistent performance of our model. This is the confusion matrix of our model. It shows accurate classification with very minimal missteps across 24 classes. We also showed ROC curves. Our ROC curve is very nearly perfect. AUC values, which demonstrates the effectiveness of the vision transformer for handling complex traffic signs. Let's talk about challenges and limitations. Our model gives high performance, but there are some limitations. It has 86 million parameters versus 20 million in VCG19, which requires very high computational resources, which can be a challenge for widespread use. To conclude, we can say our vision transformer system achieved very high performance, which is 99.7% validation accuracy. But moving forward, we will like to explore hybrid CNN and VIT models to balance the efficiency and accuracy, and also fine tune our current VIT model to balance between accuracy and efficiency. This work could be able to support intelligence transport system in Bangladesh. This is some references which I used previously in my slide. Thank you all for your attention.
Am I visible?
Yes, ma'am. You can make it full screen.
Good afternoon, one and all. Yes. Myself, Dr. Sushma, Associate Professor in the Department of Prasuti and Stri Roga in India. My topic is therapeutic values of Mammodica charantia in the management of gestational diabetes and safe motherhood. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes. This is the precious herb which I am using in my research. This is called Mammodica charantia. It is otherwise known as Karela or introduction. The development of effective and safe anti-diabetic agent is still a major challenge for research in modern system of medicine. For centuries, the fruit of Momordica charentia has traditionally been used in the treatment of diabetes, and in this Momordica charentia, the element visi, charantin, glycosides, caramelosides, polypeptide P, and plant insulin are the natural steroidal glycosides present in the fruit of the medicinal plant. It has been reported to have potential hypoglycemic activity. So far, medicinal legacy is concerned, it is known for centuries in its use in traditional medicine and diabetic management. It is grown in tropical and subtropical regions, and it is valued for its fruit. A fruit may be used in raw form, even in vegetables, or in powder form. Now the focus on gestational diabetes, emerging research highlights its role in managing gestational diabetes safely. Plant description. It is a monoecious, tendril climbing annual creeper reaching up to 2 to 4 meters in height. The fruits are green in color. They range from discoid to oblong with warty exterior and hollow interior. Cultivation, it is native to eastern India and it is cultivated in Africa, Asia and South America. This is the plant and these are the fruits. You can see the warty exterior surface, and fruit when ripens it becomes yellow and seeds become red, and these are the seeds. All are used as medicine. Nutritional composition. Primary metabolites, the bioactive elements in Momordica charentia may be primary, secondary or unique type. The primary metabolites includes proteins, carbohydrates and chlorophyll contributing to nutritional values. Secondary metabolites includes, these are rich in phenolics, saponins, triterpenoids and alkaloids for medicinal effect. Since Momordica charentia contains charantin, visi and plant insulin which act as hypoglycemic activity. Bioactive compounds present in this bitter gourd, the common sugars, proteins and chlorophyll are the main metabolites in this bitter gourd, while phenolics, carotenoids, cucurbitane, triterpenoids, alkaloids, saponins and other secondary metabolites are present as well. Rest more elements are there. Approximately 228 different compounds are found in this plant, Momordica charentia. The aqueous preparation of bitter gourd was rich in sterols, phlobotanins, terpenoids, cardiac glycosides, proteins, carbohydrates, proteins, amino acids, flavonoids, and terpenoids. Qualitative tests have shown the presence of carbohydrate, protein, amino acid, phenolic, saponin, sterol, alkaloid, cardiac glycoside, cholesterol, and phlobotanins. I have already mentioned it, and now I will go to next one. Now I will focus on diabetes. Understanding the categories and gestational diabetes. Type 1 is characterized by autoimmune destruction of pancreatic beta cells, and type 2 diabetes occurs due to insulin resistance and inadequate insulin secretion. So for gestational diabetes is concerned, it develops during pregnancy, often due to pre-existing insulin resistance. Mechanism of action. How this Momordica charentia acts in diabetes patients, and that too in pregnancy, since it enhances the insulin activity. It stimulates insulin secretion and promotes pancreatic beta cell repair. It reduces blood glucose that contains bioactive compounds that improves glucose uptake and storage. It suppresses appetite also. Usually we see in diabetic cases or pre-diabetic cases, they feel lots of hunger. Then we have to suppress it. And for suppression of their appetite, we use this Modica charentia. And in this, lectin activity mimics insulin acting on tissues and brain to control hunger. Thus, hunger is controlled and hence diabetes is also controlled. The key compounds present in Modica charentia has been illustrated in this table. So, bioactive agents are charantin, lysine, and plant insulin. Again, I repeat it, charantin has a hypoglycemic agent composed of mixed steroids. It lowers blood sugar level. Lysine enhances glucose uptake and contributes to anti-diabetic effect. And plant insulin mimics human insulin and to regulate the glucose levels effectively. Properties of this Modica charentia has been explained in Bhav Prakash Samhita Sharirasthana by Bhav Mishra. He told this is in the shloka form that Karvellam himam vedi lagu tiktam vatalam ajwara pitta kapastragnam pandu meha krimin hare takadun karavalli syad vishesh dipani laghu. So this has been explained in Bhav Prakash Sharirasthana by Bhav Mishra, and he says that Karela is cold in potency. Modica charentia is also called Karela. So in Hindi, so it is cold in potency. It is purgative. It is easily digestible. It is bitter in taste. It does not increase vata. It cures fever, diseases of pitta, kapha, rakta, anemia, diabetes, and worms. Karvalli or Kerala is similar in properties. It kindles digestive fire especially and is easy for digestion. So these are the properties according to Ayurveda. I will explain that in Guda it is Laghu, or Laghu means light, Ruksha means dry. In Vipaka it is Katu, that is it undergoes pungent taste after digestion. Virya potency is ahima, that is it is neither a cooler nor a hot, or as per Kayadeva Nikhantu, and Bhav Prakasha says it is cold. The karma is kapha, pitta, hara. It reduces vitiated kapha and pitta dosha. Dipana induces appetite. Parts used for medicine are leaf and fruit. Dosage is 10 to 20 ml daily. This is dosage and forms. Fresh juice maybe 10 to 20 ml daily. Capsules and extracts. Processed forms and controlled dosages and ease of use. And whole fruit is consumed directly as part of meal or sustained benefits. Dosage and administration. Safe and effective use of Modica charentia. Forms of use. It may be available as fresh juice, freeze-dried powders, capsules, and fruit extracts. Recommended doses are, I already told you, 10 to 20 ml of fresh juice daily or equivalent in other forms. Safety precaution is it should be high doses should be avoided. And in the case of during pregnancy, if any risk, it should be stopped first. Then one should consult to healthcare professional. Clinical applications in gestational diabetes, it is used to regulate insulin levels that lowers blood sugars. Significant potential in controlling glucose levels in pregnancy. Clinical evidence, studies indicate reduction in fasting blood glucose and improved insulin sensitivity. So for safety and efficacy is concerned, no severe adverse effects have been reported in controlled doses. Associated risk, usually what we see, it may be allergic reactions or gastrointestinal discomfort in some cases. In some cases, and that I can say in rare cases, and it subsides after discontinuing the dose or taking this Modica charentia. Conclusion, role and future of Modica charentia in medicine. It is a promising natural remedy. It has significant potential in managing gestational diabetes and other conditions. Need for research for the large-scale clinical research studies are essential to validate the efficacy. Global impact, available contribution to traditional and modern medicinal systems are required. And in this way, I will like to conclude my PPT. Thank you. Thank you, Vinay, for patient hearing. If any queries, please mail me. Without any hesitation, I will help you to answer each of them. Thank you.
last presentation.
Yes, I started. Hello, dear researchers. I'm Gizem Günaydın. I'm master student at Gaziantep University in Turkey. I will present our article title is Planning of Gaziantep provides Gazi Rice Superban line feeding lines and introduction. The rapid growth of the cities and population increase the need for efficient public transport system. Buses, trams, metros, and superban trams play a critical role in the sustainable urban mobility. The Gazi project is Gaziantep aim to reduce traffic congestion and emission by ensuring integration between the OIZ and the city center. Urban rail systems facilitate mobility while support social and economic transportation. Industrial growth increasing the demand for transportation with poorly planned networks lead to congestion and inefficiency. Projects like Gazi improve essentiality and the quality of life by strengthening public transportation network. The study evaluated feeder line to increase Gazi Rice capacity and integrate it with extension in structurality. Gaziantep urbanized industrial zone is very big, very large. Gaziantep's 5 OSBs provide the essential infrastructure like roads, utilities, and waste treatment for efficient operation. Key details are summarized at the table 1. This table shows the regions and the factors such as area, water consumption, energy consumption, works, etc. The project focuses on the transporting work into OSB stations, covering the 500 meters, reduce around the 3 stations as shown in the figures 1, Gazi Rai OSB stations. And this figure is the 10 minutes walking distance to Gazi Rai OSB station. Data collection method, Gaziantep OSB Gazi integration project focused on passenger numbers, routes, and full compactions by analyzing transportation models. Data was obtained from the mobilized tracking system of OSB Director, Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality and Giray Tourism. This data was used for transportation infrastructure and Gazi Rai introduction planning of OSB. Then a mobility program interface used. Peak hour labor service demand in the Gaziantep's main corridor was analyzed using mobility data from the December 9, 2024. Routes were developed in the KML format and processed with RGS Pro 310 and the network analyzed plugin to optimize the routing based on the distance, time, and cost. Data from 1,127 shuttles was integrated into the urban route network, creating design density maps for peak hours. These maps published at the Gazi Rai details are there RK for planning main and feeder transportation lines. Gaziantep shuttles density maps. This is. Then information on the companies close to the stop in the GAOSB station. Then Gaziantep 2006 and 2016 trip distribution rotation by urban transportation type. For example, taxi, bicycle, motorcycle, etc. In 2022, GAOSB had 1,092 business employed, 250,000 workers with transportation managed by shuttles, primarily operated by Giray Tourism using the Mobilis tracking system. Mobilis provides data on tribe details and visual metrics. And this factor listed in the table 2, were visited with official letter from the OSP and Gaziantep Metropol Municipality and personal restrictions address were collected in the Excel format. We show the table 4. Then distribution of 3,230 workers within the city based on address data from 35 interview with companies. Then this figure is the reduced circle created according to distance of the 250, 500, 750 and 1000 meters and above. We show that, and 1,688 workers, about the 50% of the total within the 2,500 meters of Gazirar urban station. We show the figure 7 show this area along to with worker address data. Then table 5 shows the number of the worker within 500, 1,000 and 2,500 meters distance to Gaziray stop and to the city according to worker address data. As can be seen in the table 5, the stops with the highest density of the worker are Gözlüce, Gar, Mücahitler, Topraklık, Adliye and Selimiye stations names. And a short rota analyzes essentially 4 feeder line alternatives to evaluate the Gaziray impact on urban transport by a passenger kilometer. Alternative 1 is we show the workers are pick up from their homes and the transportation to Mücahitler Gaziray station. The village capacity is the 45 people and a total of the 350 workers were transported. The total distance covered is the 77.04 kilometer. The map is the show the figure 8. Then alternative 2 workers are the transported to Mücahitler and Selimiye Gazirar station. The village vehicle capacity is again 45 people and the 630 workers were transported. The total distance covered is the 102,000.03. The map is the given. Then alternative road 3 workers and transported to factories. The vehicle capacity is 19 people and the 350 workers are transported. The total distance covered is 554.58 kilometer. The shortest road map is the show this figure. Then alternative rota 4 workers are the transported to factories. The village capacity is 19 people and the 630 workers are the transport. The total distance covered in the 965.93 kilometer. The map is the presented the figure 11. Alternative 1 and alternative 3 were excluded due to the low capacity. We show this. Then, for example, total presentation and capacity is same, but lunch is changed. According to table 8, the most advantageous scenario for the 1,200 worker is the feeder lines with 6.456 passenger kilometer. While transportation to Gaziray stop is the 45% shuttles come in the second place. Transportation of workers to factory with 34.092 passenger kilometer is the most costly option and should not be preferred. And we should say. Conclusion, this project designed to feed the lines to transport approximately 250,000 OSB workers via the Gaziler computer line in the 2023. 6K Gaziler stops were identified and workers schedule data was analyzed to develop optimal feeder lines. The analysis showed the 71% of the workers can be served by these lines. The project aimed to integrate Gaziantep transportation systems with OSB, offering the solution to reduce urban traffic and to improve industrial zone access. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Gizem, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah, good work, ma'am. Please share your details in the chat box. Participants can get in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess this was the last presentation. Any other presentations left? Okay. So, well, thank you everyone for your kind and patience hearing. Almost few of them, around 8-10 participants have left the meeting. Right, so not an issue, but it was good to listen all the participants and understand more and get to know what's happening in your respective field. And also it was a good opportunity where you people also got an opportunity to listen what's happening in another field, right? So research is all about collaborating ourselves with across the globe and work together on some common goals. So I've shared my email address. So people who are working on AI and also with respect to, especially on the field of robotics and all, right? You can feel free to get in touch with me, or if you're interested to work in those fields, you can feel free to get in touch with me. We can work together, right? So I'll just share my email ID also in the chat box, and if we can have a global collaboration also with university. With your university and our universities and all, can have a work together. This is possible, right? Apart from that, right, I'm thankful for the IRF Forum to giving me the opportunity to be a host, and then also with respect to today's session, right, certificates and proceedings and all, you will be receiving within 3-4 days from today, and also the certificate copy and the proceedings copy within 3 days you will be receiving, and publication will be happening in a period of 2 to 3 months, right? So the team will be mailing you anyhow once it has been published. You will be receiving the mail from the organization team, right? So that's it. Thank you everyone for your kind and patience hearing. Right? We will be ending the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.